Would let you leave what?
The bar.
You know why?
2, 1.
Words now! Oh, I would walk 5,000 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who was nothing about 500 miles and Boozy's a whore. Dun, 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 dun. Words. Dun, 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 silence!
This was a trap, you know.
I've heard that many buzzing assholes that have heard it.
Thank you, Pepper.
Since Bad Dragon introduced vibrators.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boozy Badger!
You said the non-bird name.
Boozy Barrister.
Every time you say Boozy, every time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Except that one time you called me the Boozy Bannister.
The Boozy Bannister.
Hey, I found you in that 12-step program.
I'm just glad you haven't called me the Boozy Barista yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Boozy Burrito! The orchestrator of the Kazoo Army, ladies and gentlemen, QL! Your guest of honor and apparently in charge of my con because he has a nice suit. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Iggy! A staple to the Dragon Show, this gentleman was somebody who encouraged us to no end and then called us idiots after our first episode. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, Dragon! And of course, one of the special guests of First Squared, ladies and gentlemen, an inanimate wine glass!
And its holder on the Kage.
Yes! This is Xander the Blue!
This is Alkali.
And I'm not here. Welcome to the Dragon Show, everyone!
I'm going to be deaf in the right ear in the next 20 minutes.
Oh, and I'm sorry, and apparently, Zombie the Floating Head. Hi-ho!
Can we
Guys,
read?
thank you so much for the Kazoo Army. I real why?
This is my boyfriend's idea, so yell at him.
Okay. What is it? Oh dear.
What?
Ah, it's wonderful. Thank you.
What is this?
What?
Can we get this on camera?
Holy crap. Well,
Johnny, can I have a whip?
that's
What? What is happening?
alcoholic Gabo.
Guys, what's happening is chemistry.
Here, I want a picture. I want a picture.
I have a feeling I think I know what happened. Is this a bunch of Jolly Rancher vodka?
Amazing.
Give me the green one, you cheap bitch.
Wait!
Only if we hear the slide whistle.
Wait, what was that?
Only if we hear the slide whistle. Give him the pitch. I mean, give the pitch the alcohol.
Wait.
You know, there used to be a website called clownporn.com, and that's what played when you went there.
Wow! That is not the right time to come out behind the curtain.
But it is the right time to come out.
Summon me!
You said the secret word!
Clown porn. To be fair, when I hear that secret word, I scream.
What the?
Hey, if you can name the name of the clown song we all just played and laughed about, the actual name without just yelling out at once, I'll give you a sip of this. What is it? March the Gladiators! Do it!
Wow! Entrance to the Gladiators.
God damn it.
The Before we go on, I just want to say this. I can't believe that this panel is at standing room only. That is the coolest thing, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Out left. Right or left? Right. You're... I am not...
Do you want left instead?
Would you stop giving me poker chip? This is not... No!
Hey, you got one in the glass.
Whose hat is that is covered
Alright,
in spit?
so...
My hat.
Oh, sorry.
If they have another mic, can they bring another mic?
Alkaline.
They should have another one.
Check out your hat.
It's more chips.
It's easier than not having to pass it around.
Yeah.
So I just found a pile of money. I love this convention. That's the thing. I've got Uncle Kage up here with me, and sometimes when you guys aren't around, we tell our own convention horror stories. He's like, oh, I've seen some shit, and I'm like, so have I. Piles of money. I think my convention is winning. Also, I have a chip in my sleeve.
You got a chip in your sleeve.
Yes.
You got one on your shoulders too, dude. There you go. I gotta tell some people, aren't your parents in this audience? Yes. You know, I met Mr. and Mrs. Dragor, and he was telling me.
Yeah, I told my parents I was going to like this gaming convention and I was trying to break in.
And I said, give me a second. I went to Mr. and Mrs. Dragor. I said, yo, your boy said that he took you to this gaming convention. They said, oh, we do.
Wait, where are they? I don't know where they sat.
There
we go.
Are you?
A round of applause for my existence.
Thank you for the 23 songs of peace.
Had sex. They had sex. They had sex.
Wait. Just twice. Just for me and my brothers.
I gotta hand it to you. That was the most traditional thing I've ever seen. His mom, oh dear Lord, dead. Yes! Twice! Well played, well
There,
played.
ladies and gentlemen.
So let's start off with a bang, shall we?
I already did.
Twice.
Twice.
Wait, yeah.
Hey, Boozy!
Yeah.
I would love for the Dragon Show audience to know about Cocaine Bear.
It's a real thing, you go see it. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a drug smuggling ring out of Lexington, Kentucky called The Company. They would fly to Miami on a single engine plane. They would load it up with cocaine and they would fly it back to Lexington, Kentucky. A disbarred lawyer was integral in that he flew the plane. He flew it down to Miami, he started to fly it back, the plane had trouble. He strapped about 9 duffel bags full of cocaine to himself with a parachute and jumped out. The parachute failed.
Oh no.
For months, all around northern Georgia and southern Tennessee, they located duffel bags full of cocaine. The final bag was located several months after the jump when somebody noticed a corpse on the side of the road.
Oh no.
It was a large black bear in southern Tennessee. Beside that bear was a duffel bag, which had been ripped open and was completely empty. The autopsy report on that bear reads, and I quote, "Stomach is stuffed full with cocaine." The bear ate an entire duffel bag of cocaine and it died. Aww. Bears are dangerous creatures to begin with. But for several minutes, that bear was the most dangerous creature on Earth. We're not done. Outside of the cocaine, the bear was otherwise in perfect shape, so they taxidermied it and placed it in a Georgia State Museum. The taxidermied bear was moved to the basement over time and then sold to a Las Vegas performer, where it sat in his mansion until Willie Nelson bought it. At some point, the bear was sold at auction. It now sits in a souvenir shop in Lexington, Kentucky, wearing a Kentucky Colonel's baseball hat. You can have your picture taken with it.
Excuse me, Mr. Badger. Is the bear still stuffed with cocaine?
It was till Alkaline went to visit.
You leave me alone! I needed energy!
And like, that's your next persona.
Just cocaine.
Cocaine bear. Oh man.
You think he's a polar bear? He just hasn't washed since he sneezed last night.
I find it weird that I actually could say, speaking of Cocaine Bear, we were playing charades at one of my friend's house, and I got Cocaine Bear as a charade thing. Yeah, right? Yeah, right?
You play way better charades than we do.
Oh my god, okay. Speaking of that, just as a side note, we were playing charades, right? And one of my friends got tree, so he just does this. And so we guessed tree. My next friend, right after that, got Jesus, so he does this. I'm like, Jesus!
It's all in the tilt of the head. Tree.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
It's still alive.
But anyway, so we were doing the cocaine, so I got Cocaine Bear. So I ran over to, I ran over to my friend's kitchen, I grabbed a bag of flour, tore it open with my mouth, flour, and I started throwing it everywhere, just entirely destroying his living room, throwing flour on everything. Flipped his couch over and ran out of the room, and that was the last time I saw him, like, in a week.
Alright, when you next see Huscoot, I want at least one of you to recommend for next year full contact charades. If you have a camera phone, please record his reaction. Maybe we'll make a first squared video.
I want to see the reaction from the lawyer for that.
Full contact charades to the death.
Alright, can we limit the amount of panels at first squared that are labeled as to the death? Denied! Oh, that's right.
Vegas.
Toad, don't get ideas.
Now, wait a second. What is your liability insurance like?
Oh, what is my liability insurance like? A piece of paper that I used a bunch of crayon to say I'm screwed. Is that okay?
You do have liability insurance?
What is
This
that?
is the Dragon Show. Yes, I have liability
What's the
insurance.
policy?
I believe, if I remember correctly, $2
Take this
million.
out back, please.
First Squared has a $2 million policy limit. So,
Don't tell them that.
after the panel, if you would like to meet me in the hallway, a mysterious staff member will be kneecapping each and every one of you.
It's not mysterious. I'm short, it's eye level, it's me.
By the way, please don't go do $2 million with the damage to the hotel.
First square, come for the improv, stay for the kneecapping.
I'm just fascinated by the programming next year. I comedy better to the death.
Whose line is it? When you die.
New line. You're dead.
New line. We already did murder mystery.
Alkaline, monkey knife bites.
To the death. Hold on, now this one's gonna get awkward. Artemis, to the death.
Wait. It goes any other way?
Oh yeah.
You can survive?
I will say this, Artemis has been a staple of this convention since year one, but I will never forget the first crew that piloted the Artemis. If you don't know what that is, in the lower level of this hotel, we have a video game called Artemis. It is a 6-player spaceship simulator. The very first crew that went on it sat down, and the engineer turned up their engine so much that the pilot accidentally shot them right into a black hole. And in unison, all 6 of them went, I don't think we can do better. So, try Artemis, black holes.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but there are probably some people in here who have never actually seen the Dragon Show.
Yeah.
Would you care to explain what this is all about?
Xander, that's on you.
Well, we are 20 minutes in, so it's pretty late. So I'm just gonna go to Patreon questions now. 'Cause we got,
So to answer Kage's question, if you haven't figured out that this is about sadness and regret, you're slow.
I absolutely love. I love that Kage sets up Xander's like, what's the dragon show about? He's like, it is too late for that. Also, are you playing your kazoo in wine?
To the death.
Buck Shore needs to join in this one. What?
Do a Titanic reference.
This is very dark.
is that what it sounds like when they're sinking?
And now, if you were ever wondering, that is how Kage aerates his wine.
They didn't say the band played till the end.
Oh man! We didn't get it before. I have questions.
Go, Xander.
All right, Skylar Ringtail is
Hi,
here.
Skylar.
Basically, he was asking, since it's February and all that kind of stuff still, that what do you do to date yourself to treat yourself out for a good time?
You date somebody else, dude.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. One hand, 5 minutes, always lefty.
Always lefty. Well, you don't want to cheat, right?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't cheat on you, dude. Boozy, have you ever done The Stranger?
We call it Electric Jesus for some reason. What?
I forgot about that. I came into the bedroom once. He says, "Oh fuck, my arm's asleep." I'm like, "Were you doing The Stranger?" And he looks at me deadpan. He says, "No, the Electric Jesus," and never brings it up again. And I was sitting there trying to figure it out. You ruined my day.
What?
My kids are in the room.
Oh yeah.
So,
Wait. At Kage's con, the kids were in the room and they started shouting blood ritual.
Yeah,
I don't want my
blood
son
ritual.
walking around screaming the stranger.
Fuck tubs enough that he repeated it.
Oh, alkalized.
Wait a minute, whoa, QM, what was that?
So he would just walk, like after you guys did that episode for about a week solid, he just walked around the house saying, alkalized fuck tubs.
And what did your child do?
My precious alkalized fucked up. My precious now 3-year-old son.
Oh.
Then he stopped and went,
It is not fun for the whole family. Dear God, stop listening to us with your kids present. They're learning or forgetting, and I don't know which is worse.
I just want you to know I have to think about alkalized fuck tubs 5 times a week because I walk through the merchandise mart on the way to work and they have like a showroom for like bathrooms. So I'm just surrounded by alkalized fuck tubs as I walk through the place.
That is not the proper train of thought to go to work.
Oh, and one of the brands is called Smeg. I'm not even kidding.
All right, so I'm going to do a change topic at this point.
Thank
you. Does someone have a Phillips screwdriver? The microphone stand is literally falling apart, and I can fit. Do you actually have one? Give me a Dad. Come here.
Hi, Dad! We got a dad.
Oh, that's clever.
Wait a minute, what the hell? This is not a daddy.
Daddy.
What just happened?
Just so you know, you should not be happy right now.
Which side does he get it from?
Which I don't think they know what you're referring to, but they're about to find out.
Take off your hat, sir.
We dropped him on his head as a baby.
There we go.
He just avoided the rush.
Oh my God.
I do have to tell you a quick story about this man. So I had the pleasure and the honor of going to Vegas with Dragor and his parents, and I taught him how to play craps.
Yeah, but I was lucky for you. How much money did you make?
Oh, you were very lucky. This man is a luck gold mine, but that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your reaction to losing exactly $1.40.
Hey, I can make Lincoln scream.
Oh, dear God. He was sitting at an electronic craps table with me, and all of a sudden I hear him go, "Son of a fuck!" I'm like, "Oh, how much did you lose?" He goes, $1.40. And I looked at him, and he looked back at me and goes, "Juice." And that was it. Cheers.
You find a penny craps machine?
There
Penny
is a
craps.
penny craps machine in Vegas. It's the electronic bubble pop thing.
Oh,
You can bet
yes.
any
Jiggle
amount.
craps.
Yes. Jiggle.
They retired that machine. We were all furious.
What?
It was under construction this year at BLFC.
Jiggle craps is gone. Also, let's not call anything else jiggle craps. I'm declaring it now.
You know, there is this thing called Pepto-Bismol.
God damn it.
I got more questions.
More questions.
All right, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly.
Not sure if you got this one. What is a food or drink that you would absolutely refuse to try? Oh, he's got one.
Apparently, microphones are a food and drink Kage refuses to try.
Here.
Kage, what is a food or drink you refuse to try?
Durian! Fuck you!
We don't need the stand. Yeah,
Good. Iggy, a food or a drink you refuse to try?
Oh.
Water?
Welcome to First Square. Boozy, food or drink you refuse to try?
Tofu.
Oh.
QM, food or drink you refuse to try?
Okay.
You're a vegetarian, that doesn't count.
It counts.
It tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken.
Hey, it took me a while to find a meat we didn't eat. My parents shot everything.
So, here's the
only reason you've ever had alligators is they wouldn't let your dad make flies reptile. You guys have to understand, my father-in-law was like, yeah, I used to keep my family fed by hunting year-round like a real man. And I'm like, that's not legal. You were poaching, sir. You're a felon. Then he threatened to shoot me, and I'm not allowed back at Thanksgiving.
Do we have any Hot Ones fans in the audience?
Oh, yeah.
I will not eat a Carolina Reaper.
We would play a funeral for your asshole.
We are not playing a death march for his asshole.
Doing the kazoos now.
Wait, what's Doc doing?
Kazoos were a great idea.
Guys, I have a huge favor to ask you. If you've ever known me, I am a surrealist, and every once in a while I am a very morbid surrealist. You all need to bring kazoos to my funeral, and that's how I want to be lowered into the ground.
You know, this is recorded. People will remember this. Good job.
Everyone's gonna be like, why is the dragon show about bees?
Nisbet, would you please go to the bar and get us a glass of Riesling, or else Kage won't talk?
No.
Thank you.
Wait, alkali, stay for the moment.
Ha! Chris the Comedy Bunny, what won't you eat?
Dick.
Dragor, what? Oh no, you already said the holidays. And Kage, what won't you eat? Oh no, you said during. Oh wait, I have to answer shit?
I'll go.
Oh yeah, you go.
Gay alligator? You can tell. Ever seen Falling Gator? He's usually got like hat and a collar. What? Alright, I'm done.
Alright, so he won't eat gay alligators. That's nice.
Wait, is a gay alligator a crocodile?
Crocodile, yes.
Going back over to what QM said. If you are a parent, I need to recommend highly that you do not lie to your children and tell them, no, it's just chicken. Because that's how my family got me to eat alligator. They told me it was breaded chicken, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't trust them afterwards. So they waited years and years until one Christmas when my mother handed me a bowl of dark black soup and told me, don't worry about it, it's chocolate soup.
Oh no.
Now we're gonna see who figures it out by region. My mother was 100% Polish. Some of you know what it was. It was not chocolate soup because that day I had home prepared duck blood soup. It was amazing. However, I still don't trust them.
I mean, at least though it wasn't it was something you enjoyed.
I did, yeah.
And it wasn't a friend of yours.
Oh no.
Yeah, the reason I stopped eating meat was I had a picnic in Gilligan. I loved him and I played with him and I dressed him in little outfits. One day I came home from school and we were eating pork chops.
Oh no.
My dad thought it was amusing to tell me who I was eating during dinner.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
That is a dick. That's the director's cut of Charlotte's Web.
Did you litigate the proceedings after that?
Nope.
I was 11.
My father-in-law and I, we just do not get along. Partially because of the eating of the pig.
Oh man.
Partially because I wasn't joking. He pulled a gun on me.
I do have more questions. We gotta go through these.
Go through the questions.
All right. What's the dumbest way you've injured yourself as a child? By Wheat Thins. Thanks, Wheat Thins.
Wheat Thins, right! You hurt yourself with Wheat Thins.
What?
You
swallow them sometimes, really, they just go sharp down your throat.
That is not what he did. He described to me his childhood injury with Wheat Thins. He's like, so I had just watched a movie where a guy had razor blades and an apple. I ate a Wheat Thin, swallowed too early, and started crying because I thought it happened to me. I appreciate your parents for some weird reason.
Why do I tell you anything? All right.
Because I'm going to tell it on the show.
Yeah, no shit.
Childhood injuries. Who's got a childhood injury?
So I was with my parents visiting a dear relative, and we were just staying long. We were going through the fridge. I was going through the fridge. Someone else was going through the freezer, and then someone goes, "Oh, there's ice cream." To which I go, "Ooh, ice cream." And I snap up and I hit my head so hard on the freezer door, I go, "I'm kind of tired."
Holy shit.
That's not good.
Childhood injuries. Chris, go.
Well, I was wandering around in the woods and I found a rusty butter knife sitting in the woods and I was like, nice. And then I kept wandering around in the woods and I found a piece of shitty rope and I was like, nice. And then I was like, there's a tree over there. I bet I can make a grappling hook.
You do watch too many cartoons. Holy shit.
So I tied the shitty rope to the rusty butter knife and I threw it in. And to my surprise, I managed to get it to catch. And I, in my little 10-year-old body, do a couple of tugs, and it's like, whoa, it's tight, I bet I can climb. So I start climbing, and I get 1, 2, and then the bark snaps, and the knife falls down and goes, oh! And then it goes, oh! And I go, ah! And my buddy, who's off in the distance because he's smart, is like, hey buddy! I'm like, I'm fine, it's fine. Hey buddy, it's fine, I'm fine. And then he wasn't saying, hey buddy, he was saying you're bleeding. Because I pull my hand down and it's just covered in blood, and then blood just starts running down my face. And I'm like, ah! And then I go running into my house, and my mom's like, what's going on? Ah! There's blood curdling down my face. At which point she's like, she's like, give me your head, and she just fucking covers it in glue. And then she's like, you fine? And I'm like, I think so.
Is that why you're able to keep it together?
Oh, God damn it.
Iggy, childhood injury.
Like the worst one or the best one?
Whatever you want to
Dumbest
tell.
one.
Microphone.
Let's go with the dumb one.
Okay.
So normally you can catch a ball and it ends up in your hand. Well, this time the ball caught my hand and that was how I dislocated my finger.
Oh, Boozy, childhood injury.
There I was, looking wonderful in my brand new starter jacket, the puffy kind that every kid in the early 90s wanted. Yeah. And then I decided to climb down the manhole. And then I slipped. And then I laid in the sewer with my chin busted open from hitting the road on my way, and every one of like the metal rungs on the way down, with my brand new starter jacket covered in blood and human fecal matter. And then I went home and washed it, hoping no one would notice. And then I went to the hospital when my dad walked in.
Boozy, what did you learn from this?
Don't wear your starter jacket into the sewer with you.
QM, go ahead. QM, childhood injury.
My brother hit me in the eyebrow with a shovel trying to bury our pet parakeet.
It would be great if it wasn't on accident.
Well, he was trying to...
Tweety needs some company, come here.
For some reason, he decided he was going to chop down a tree with this tiny little... It wasn't even a full-sized shovel. It was like a little, like, children-sized, like...
That's
a little children-sized shovel. And he just starts, like, trying to chop down the tree with it. The tree bends. The shovel swings back and hits me right in the face.
Oh, Jesus.
There was enough blood in my eye. My mom starts freaking out. She almost passed out. She thought I lost my eye.
Hey, sweetie, what did your dad do
What?
when he found out that you got hit with a shovel?
Laughed?
My father-in-law and I don't get along.
Xander's got one, go ahead.
All right, long story short, my parents were on vacation and my brother thought it'd be a good idea when I was like in second grade to put me on his shoulders, like, you know, like piggyback and whatever, and sprint. And so he's running down a sidewalk and he tripped. Surprise, surprise. And I go head first and I crash. And the only thing I see is them looking at me like, oh my God, what the fuck? I'm like, what? And they raced me to the nearby grade school. Basically half my face, so half the skin of my face tore off. I was basically Two-Face for the entirety of like my parents' vacation. So they didn't see the worst of it, but yeah, that happened, so. Yeah, fun.
My first job was as a four caddy. If you don't know the difference between a caddy and a four caddy runs ahead and turns around and watches the shot about 200 yards out. At this particular private country club, hole 6 went that way, hole 9 went this way. And I was facing this way, and the ball hit me this way.
Oh my.
But that's not the part of the story that I learned, that I love. What's up?
It explains everything.
Doesn't it?
The origin of alkali.
The thing I will always remember is when I finally came to. It knocked me out. And when I came to, I was a little out of it, and I reached into my pocket. Now, I still, to this day, do not know who hit me with that ball, but I do know there was $500 in cash in my pocket. So, in other words, I had a valuable lesson in capitalism.
You're telling me that happened between holes 6 and 9?
6 and 9, yes. Enjoy.
What are you doing?
You need this more than me.
Also, are you doing Hunter S. Thompson?
Yes. This is backcountry.
Wonderful.
All right, we got more questions. Should I go?
Do it.
All right, Eggman. We have an Eggman. All right. Since we already learned not to squeeze the shaman, okay, shall the next lesson be to not poke the paladin? Okay. Don't poke the paladin.
Okay, yes. Don't poke the paladin. They have righteous fury and a decent 2-hit modifier.
But they can't fight back because they're paladins.
Oh, dude, have you not met the Catholic Church? They can justify it. Thank you. Guys, I just want to remind you, I gave up years ago. Shut up.
All right. Tyro. Hey, Tyro. Have you ever been in a plane where you were, or anyone else, was hopped on fizzy cherry cola? Oh, dear. That's a yes.
So,
Boozy.
I was in Seattle, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's legal there, right?
Right.
So, and you know, do as you do and do as the Romans do. So I was there visiting my brother, and he takes me to the store. Choice paralysis. It is kid in a candy store. They make candies now. They make hard candies of fizzy cherry cola. It's really weird. And so, dumbass me went, well, I can't take, anything else obvious or whatever, but if it's already in me when I get to the airport, nothing can go wrong, right?
Yes, sir. That's a bright idea.
So there's these things called gummies, and they're really delicious. And gummies are not made equal. Gummies are not made equal. So here I am going through, you have that moment going through security where you think of that funny joke. You're like, that shows the bomb. Oh shit, I better not say bomb. And you focus, your brain focuses on bomb over and over and over. And the one thing you shouldn't say when you get up there is that word.
How'd that go for you?
So when they're pulling out the third laptop that I had with me, searching all of my gear for said BOMB, they're like, sir, we want you to understand, we know you didn't mean it, but we want this to be a learning lesson to you. Judging from how you're behaving, we hope you remember this.
Fly the friendly skies.
It wasn't United, I was safe.
If you would like to hear my fizzy cherry cola plane story, I will tell it for the charity story. Because it 100% cannot be recorded.
Okay.
Let's skip that question, seeing as it's not legal in every state. By the way, I absolutely loved, I know there's a few, who in here has never seen a Dragon show before, who has no idea why you're in here? Thanks, Zen, you're an ass. I absolutely loved watching the rolling telling of people telling somebody else what fizzy cherry cola means. Because I watched faces roll like, thank you for that moment. Next question.
All right, next question. What is your favorite D&D class and why? Also, check out Wargroove on Steam. It's a tactics and RPG that you can get into. So yeah, what's your favorite D&D class and why? Thanks, Hatter. Sorry.
Oh, Hatter?
Yeah, Hatter the Better. I did that wrong.
Always, as much as I talk about the necromancy, that I play a necromancer, I play a wizard, no, it is always the illusionist. Because there is two ways to play an illusionist. One, the subtle, trying to make the illusions work. And the other, the hammer of God, making everyone terrified and afraid of reality. And sometimes you just get to switch between the two, especially when you're drunk playing D&D. So yes, Gnome Illusionist, all-time favorite class. And I would love to know, as an ex-D&D player, Kage, what is your favorite class?
I started out on Dungeons & Dragons 1st edition in the box.
The red box.
red box.
The red fucking box.
1979.
Holy shit.
Yes, thank you. Sorry. So I heard over here, holy shit, you're old. I was partial to Rangers. And the interesting thing is, this is the one rule you will remember. Rangers only surprise on a roll of 1. Now, this was the days when you only had 6-sided die. Anytime we had to roll for surprise, I would roll and the motherfucker would come up 1. And one day in anger, I grabbed 10 6-sided die and I got a fucking double Yahtzee of 1s. It was decided at that point that my ranger was both deaf and blind.
15 more minutes. I know I've told this once before, but it's still my favorite dice story. A friend of mine who I used to D&D with used to own, for some unknown reason, a pillowcase of 20s. He had hundreds of D20s, and when we would play at his condo, and anytime he rolled a 1, the game would stop. He would pick up the pillowcase, pick up the die that rolled a 1, walk over to his balcony, hold up the pillowcase, and throw the D20 into traffic. He would then sit down and pull out another D20.
Was this a warning to the other D20s?
You know what? The legitimate answer to that is, I really hope so.
We missed him too.
I like how he made him watch.
He made him watch every time.
Open it. It goes with your story.
Oh dear.
Oh my God!
All right, leave it to the only person that it doesn't surprise me that he just carries one of these around. Ladies and gentlemen, the way to know your D20 is legit. What are these called?
Calibers.
Yes, is a caliber that I know you use this. I have watched him test his dice. He argued with me once while playing D&D because I gave him a D20 that opposite sides did not add up to 21, and he refused to play with that dice.
Those dice went through a washing machine twice. You got to use real dice.
All right, so I have to ask, now that people are touching it, has it only been used for dice?
Well, I'm not answering that. But it.
Gotcha.
I like that Kage is testing his wine glass.
It's remarkably uniform.
Go ahead. Last question.
I got last question. Shukin Flash, is he
Hey,
here?
Shukin.
Hey, there you are.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hey, Shukin. I didn't. All right.
What's
Hi.
going on here?
What do you want to do? Oh dear, what have you given us? You giving us booze.
I got
Thank
tequila.
you, Shukin. You're amazing. This is Shukin Flash. He's a great supporter.
Thank you, Shukin.
And so is Hatter, and so is all these guys. I should give everyone applause. This is a fun thing. Anyway, all right. Alkali, have you heard that black-footed ferrets are endangered in Montana?
I have.
The Department of Fish and Wildlife is going to try and save them by using drones to fire vaccine-laced M&Ms at the ferret colonies. What are your thoughts on this?
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
They're shooting M&Ms at ferrets to save them with vaccines.
Yes, I am very aware of this. Would you like to know why I'm very aware of this? Because this is a comedy convention, and you are all comedians, because in my room I have about 20 bags of M&Ms that you have been giving me over the course of the weekend, and I'm like this close to being a diabetic. So get those kazoos ready, because if anything else goes wrong at this con, I'm going to have a very sweet death.
Alkali, you know,
Oh my God! My parents are going to be so confused.
here's how I know Alkali believes in miracles.
How's that?
Because he thinks he's gonna repopulate with you, Xander.
Hey, it's bound to work eventually, okay?
Well, dude, let's give it the old college try.
Hey, we didn't make a dragon.
There was a movie in the 70s called Rabbit Test. I suggest you look it up.
Oh dear.
Your knowledge of old history is astounding.
There's also a movie called Twins.
Oh, we don't talk about twins.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, before we end this off, we are running out of time, and we do want to do a charity story. I want to give a few shout-outs. Up at this table, we have a few other people that have YouTube channels and Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Boozy Barrister. Boozy, how can they find you on YouTube or wherever you're at?
On YouTube, Boozy Barrister.
That was really good.
On Twitch, Boozy Badger, or just go to the website lawyersandliquor.com, which I update whenever I damn well feel like it now.
Yeah.
No.
Uncle Kage, what are you doing?
Oh, I noticed that Ronnie's back there, and he'll cry if I don't share my wine with him.
Ronnie's back there. He'll cry if I don't share my wine with him.
Well, now you only have half a glass. I want him to come up here and fight me for it.
Dude, you don't. Oh, wait a minute. He's armed.
He's armed with a bottle of wine? Who said to the death? Shit.
Excuse me, his is bigger than mine. How come?
Oh.
Boy, that's a loaded question.
Genetics.
He's Asian.
Okay.
Guys, we all have over here Uncle Kage. You can find him on Patreon and doing his monthly wine streams.
As Uncle Kage.
As Uncle, thank you.
Just sniff the wind for the smell of stale wine. You'll find me.
To the side of the table, we have Chris the Comedy Bunny. Chris, how do they find you?
I'm right here. I don't know where. You can also follow me on Twitter at Chris Bond. I talk about fucking cartoons on YouTube.
Rephrase that?
No, not in a little bit.
Fucking cartoons to the
Oh, by the way, if you want to find Dragor, look up Hair Club for Men.
Whoa. I've been years with this Chrome Dome. We've abandoned the pretense of hair. I subscribe to the monthly Nair delivery.
If you want to find Dragor online, just go to the Nicholas website.
No joke. The first time I showed up at a big furry gathering after I shaved my head, it was before I got into lifting. Someone goes, "Hey, people are asking, are you okay?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Are you asking if I have cancer right now?" They're like, "Yeah." And to which I respond after a pause, one day at a time.
I have a question. Hold on. When you have a birthday and you have to blow out the candles, do they say make a wish anymore?
Dude, he can paint the top of your head red, and you can cosplay as a safety match.
One more shout out. These two have been helping me all weekend. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. I believe your first episode just came out, right?
Yep.
Guys, I want to give a quick shout out. Why don't you turn around and tell them where they can find you? To Gray Muzzle Geekery. My friends, guys, thank you so much for helping us out.
You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Buzzsprout at Gray Muzzle Geek and Gray Muzzle Geek at Buzzsprout.
And if you could not hear that is, find them on Twitter, Gray Muzzle Geek. They are a gaming cast. They talk a lot about LARPing, D&Ding. It's a wonderful podcast. I finally got a chance to listen. That was very fun. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kage just asked me, is there fluffy white bullshit both outside and inside?
No, I used Head and Shoulders today. I'm fine.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go with super speed here because we gotta do a charity story. You can find Dragon Show at everything: Twitter, YouTube, DragonShow.com, The Dragon Show on Twitter because I'm an idiot and I put a "the" in there, and that's it. So that's it. Yeah.
Best introduction. Show of hands. Main stage next year.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
They gotta dance.
And before we end this, guys, they're standing. Fuck.
Standing fuck.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, and I say that not for me. I want to give a huge thank you to Xander the Blue, who made me do the first episode of The Dragon Show, never forget. This show is here because this man thought it would work, and I never believed him. Thank you. Thank you. Now, we are going to do a charity story. If you don't know what that is, here's how it works. We're about to turn off every camera and... Oh, excuse me? You guys put a bunch of sugar in my system. We are going to turn off all recording devices.
That camera's okay, it's mine.
Oh, is that your camera?
Yeah, it's mine, it's mine.
Okay, if it's your camera, that's fine. Please turn off all recording devices before that, ladies and gentlemen. One last outro. QM. That means applaud, sorry. Boozy Burrito. You're just a honor, Iggy. He's not just strong, he is 3 kazoos strong. Chris the Comedy Fighter. Your vice chairman and one of the closest people to me in my life, ladies and gentlemen, Drago. The chairman of Anthrocon and an amazingly talented person. Guys, give it up for Uncle Kage. And of course, the creator of The Dragon Show, my mate, Xander the Blue.
Enough times at all. Give it up for Alkali!
If you have recording devices, turn them off. And once again, if you can, give. If you can't, don't worry about it. Thank you for being here. Here comes the... Oh, good, I didn't have to throw it.